Ricky Myers was our first sin. We stood in the crowd, but no one saw us. No one looked at us. They thought we were beneath their notice, unimportant, but we are really above them and beyond them and invisible to them. They're blind and stupid and trusting. They would never think to look at us. We were 12 years old. Day one. The plan has been perfected. The players have been chosen. The game begins today.
Can I help you?
Yeah, Agent O'Malley, SBI. I'm here to see Chief Holt.
I'm Noga. I'm the deputy around here. So, what are you here for? You filling in until they find a replacement for Leo?
I am the replacement for Leo.
Ain't no way.
Believe it, Noga. Shouldn't this area be secured?
Against what? Not from around here, are you? Hey, Natalie! The SBI guy, Gal is here.
Girl, you are late.
I'm incredibly aware of that. I called to say I'd be late.
You didn't talk to me.
I didn't know that was necessary.
You are new.
Yes, well. May I see Chief Holt now?
He is over at the community center. How do you feel about men in tights?
Cut. Excellent rehearsal. We'll see you all back here tomorrow night, 6 p.m. sharp.
Chief. Chief. Chief.
Yeah.
Hi, Chief Holt. Agent O'Malley.
Call me Mitch.
Okay.
So how do I look? Don't spare my ego.
Have you no pride at all?
I'm so sorry about being so late. I'm ordinarily very punctual.
Oh, it's not a problem.
What's your name?
Megan.
Mine's Jesse. I'm 5. I'm a lost boy.
Come on, kid, let's go buy some junk food. Get happy.
Boy.
Can I keep my costume on?
Sure, kiddo. I'll see you at home.
Bye, Megan.
Megan. It's a good Irish name. So, you're here to take Leo's spot?
Oh, please, I couldn't help to fill Leo's spot. I don't eat enough fried food.
Well, Leo didn't know how to pack it away. And now they pack Leo away. I always told him to watch his cholesterol and stop smoking those damn cigars. Everybody liked Leo, though. He was a hell of a guy.
Well, I'm a hell of a cop.
We'll see.
Why don't I come back tomorrow? I mean, we'll have more time and you'll have your pants on.
Why don't you wait outside and, well, I'll peel out of this sausage skin and we grab something to eat.
All right.
Come on, Josh, hurry up. I want to get to the movies. I can't, man. I got off to play practice at church. Man, what are you doing that stuff for? You don't even like church that much. That gets me out of the house.
You guys all got rides home?
Yeah, my mom's coming.
All right, if you get cold, the rink's open and Ollie's in there if you need him, all right?
Yeah, see you, Coach. Hey, let's play hide and seek just till our ride comes. You won't find me. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We are among you. We have always been among you. We are the same as you, only we have the power and clarity. We will win.
Dr. Garrison, there's been an auto accident up mountains in the snow. We've got a kid, he's been through a windshield.
I'm not even on call tonight. I have to go pick up Josh. Where's Craig anyway?
Dr. Lomax is posing for the single doctor centerfold. We can't reach him, besides we prefer a doctor with opposable thumbs.
Okay, what's the status?
Coming through!
We're losing this kid.
Standard ACLS procedure, guys. Let's get him bagged, get some air into his lungs. What's his pulse?
Ollie, oxen free!
There's ice all across the road. Here, look at this. Water was left on it.
Well, do you know the people that live in that house?
Yeah, they're away for the winter. Nobody home.
Pretty careless.
Pretty tragic.
Great job, Doc.
Thanks. Oh, I'm late to pick up Josh.
Kid's busted up pretty bad, but they say he's gonna make it.
Welcome to Deer Lake. You keep your hands off Mitch. I'll get you some menus.
Don't get the wrong idea. I just like her cherry pie.
How's your wife feel about her cherry pie?
My wife's dead.
God, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Now they tell me that, you're an expert with behavioral sciences. You specialize in criminal psychology?
That's right.
Do you ever analyze the people you meet?
Sometimes. Like you, for instance. What would make a guy like you want to be chief of police in this little village? You strike me as a big city cop. Am I right? What city?
Miami.
Miami. Deer Lake. Big difference.
Pete, where's Josh?
What do you mean?
I went to pick him up and he wasn't there.
Well, all the kids were still at the rink.
When did you leave?
Quite a while ago. What's the matter?
Well, because I was late picking him up and he's not there. I can't find him.
It's gonna be all right. Just calm down.
I'm not gonna calm down.
Yeah, what's wrong?
I can't find Josh. I went to the ice rink. He wasn't there. It's dark. I know something's happened to him.
Now, what could have happened? He probably went home with Paul.
No, Wednesday is my day. It's my day.
So he went home with a buddy.
No, I called everyone. I drove everywhere. I can't find him.
Is Josh normally a responsible boy?
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Oh, Hannah, this is Agent O'Malley. She's with the SBI. She's new.
Oh,
Does Josh usually call you before he'll go to a friend's house?
Yes, Josh is a very level-headed kid. He definitely would have called.
You know, I'm new in town, so I've never met Josh. Do you have a picture so I can see what he looks like?
Sure.
We'll drive over to the ice rink and take a look around.
Please. Thanks.
Hannah, you go home now. And don't worry.
Okay.
We'll find Josh. Go home.
Thanks.
It was good the way you got those photos.
Call it in. Sheriff's Department, Highway Patrol, and we should canvass the neighbors.
Now, wait a minute. I don't want to scare these people.
They should be scared. Her son is missing.
This is Deer Lake, O'Malley. It's not Seattle. We don't have child abductions here, for God's sake.
Yeah, well, the people in Zion thought the same thing, and while they were just standing around consoling themselves with that lie, somebody made off with Frankie Kulo.
Nobody knows if he was abducted. Leo's final report suggested that he got lost in the woods. He died of exposure, was devoured.
As I read that report, it was shoddy investigative work, written just to make everybody feel better. That boy was killed. They just haven't found the body yet.
We just don't have crimes like that here. That's why I came here with Jesse, to get away from all that.
Well, maybe it found you.
What's this about a missing kid, Chief?
Henry Garrison's son, Josh, probably went home with a buddy.
Listen, Noga, have all your uniforms canvass the residential area. Ask the neighbors if they've seen the boy, if they've seen anything out of the ordinary.
No. Inside, see if you can round up Ollie. I'll be in there in a minute.
Yes, sir.
Agent O'Malley? Whose investigation is this?
Yours, and you're screwing it up.
Diplomatically put.
I don't get paid for diplomacy. I get paid to consult, advise, and investigate.
Well, just as long as you know who's in charge. Hi, Ollie. How's it going? Fine. Agent O'Malley, Ollie Swain. He's the nightman here.
We'd like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind, Mr. Swain.
We're trying to find Josh Garrison. He plays on the Squirts team. You know him, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
Aren't you just a little curious why we're looking for him?
He's missing, I guess. Cops are here.
That's right, Ollie. His mom was late coming here to pick him up. When she got here, he was gone. Do you see him leave with anyone?
No, I was busy running the Zamboni.
If Josh had come back in the building after the other boys left, you'd have noticed, right?
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
Did you go outside, see any strange cars?
No. No. Think something happened, dude.
Like what?
World's a rotten place.
Yeah, well, if you think of anything that might help us, would you call us, please?
Have you been here all evening, Mr. Swain?
Yeah.
Got anybody that can verify that for you?
Why? I haven't done anything wrong.
It's just routine.
Oh. Thanks for your help, Ollie. So you interrogating him because he's weird? Guy with the glass eye?
No, it was something he said. The world's a rotten place. Like he's justifying the event itself.
What event? Nothing's happened. Look, Ollie's harmless. He sweeps up, he smooths out the ice. This is a family place.
Chief! Chief.
What is it?
You better come see.
Ignorance is not innocence, but sin. 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 Ignorance is not innocence, but sin.
What do you think?
It suggests premeditation and a seriously disturbed mind. It's not a ransom note. It's pretty grim.
Why isn't there a ransom note? What does he want? Is he a child molester? A killer? A drifter? Or does the guy prowl the interstate, pull off whenever the mood or opportunity strikes to grab a kid?
Or is he homegrown?
Hannah, he'll be home soon. Don't worry, he's probably out playing somewhere. Want me to hold Lily?
No.
You can sit and relax for a while.
No, it's okay. I'm all right.
It would be a good idea to eat something, Hannah. Your blood sugar will be falling.
No. No, don't tell me, please. Don't tell. No.
Josh has been abducted.
Oh, God.
Hannah, we'll find him. I promise you we'll find him.
Hannah, why isn't Gizmo in the backyard where he belongs? It's Josh's responsibility. You look terrible.
Where have you been? I've been trying to find you.
What happened? What's wrong?
Josh is missing.
Missing? What do you mean missing?
There was an accident on Country Road. ER was insane, and I was late picking him up.
You forgot him?
Paul. Josh has been abducted.
Abducted? There's been a mistake.
Mr. Garrison, have you noticed any strangers in the neighborhood? Cars that could be considered out of the ordinary? Or has Josh said anything about someone maybe following him around school or on the streets?
I'm usually at work. He didn't say anything to me.
Would he have called anyone else?
If he couldn't reach me, he would call Paul.
He didn't call me.
He must be cold. He just had on a light jacket this morning.
What color was it?
It was dark blue with an orange trim, and there was a white rabbit's foot on the zipper. Must be wondering why I didn't pick him up. He's still alive, isn't he?
We're going to set up an SBI agent here to record all your phone calls and help protect your home and your privacy.
I don't want any strangers in my house.
I want you both to know that we're mobilizing a search party. We'll have the highway patrol, sheriff's department, officers from all the neighboring towns.
I want to help with the search. Can I help? Do you need anything? I've got lanterns and flashlights.
Well, why don't you show me, Paul?
I'm going to head on over to the ice rink and try to get them all organized.
Paul, I know what you're going through, but Hannah needs your support right now.
Why wasn't she there? Why didn't she pick him up?
Well, bring whatever equipment you want. I'll meet you at the ice rink. Paul. Bring some of Josh's clothes. We're gonna need them for the dogs to scent.
As big city horror strikes the heart of this small town, this is Paige Price, KDL 7.
Let everyone listen up. I am Agent O'Malley with the State Bureau of Investigation. Chief Holt is not here right now. He is with the family
of the missing boy. In his absence, I am going to organize you into groups so that we can continue on with this search. Deer Lake cops, I want you in 3 teams of 2 going door to door. The boy was last seen in a blue jacket with orange trim. If anyone has seen anything, I want to know about it. Now, highway patrol, sheriff's deputies, I want you to divide.
I'll direct my own men if you don't mind, Miss O'Malley.
That's Agent O'Malley, Sheriff.
What'd they do, run out of men in Seattle?
No, they decided on a real novel idea and sent the most qualified person.
Russ, this is Agent O'Malley, the SBI. She's gonna coordinate between us and the state boys.
Leo was a hell of a guy.
Yeah, well, he's dead now. We got a job to do.
Mitch, I got the hounds. You got any of the kids' clothes? You know, I really should be doing the door-to-door. All the folks know me. What was the kid's name again?
Josh Garrison.
I want my deputies into the woods. We do a complete sweep. You check every plowed road, every outbuilding. You find anything, you report to me.
Your men find anything, you report to me before your press interview. You got it? It's gonna be a long night.
Mr. Garrison, can you tell us when the last time you saw your boy was?
Chaos and panic, predictable and pathetic. We watch, amused by their pointless urgency, going nowhere, grasping in the dark, finding nothing but their own fear. And we have Josh, where we've had all the others.
Oh, I must have fallen asleep.
I'm sorry I was so late, Carrie. Is everything all right with Jessie?
She waited for you a long time. She was kind of afraid. Did you find Josh?
No, we didn't. Carrie, did Jessie see any of the news?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was watching the news about Josh, and when I turned around, she was just staring at the TV.
Well, thanks for staying the night.
Yeah.
Listen, Carrie, I may have to ask you to spend nights with Jessie just until we find Josh.
You know, she missed you a lot. Oh, she drew a picture of you. It's in on the refrigerator. Nice.
My dad's a policeman. Policemen help people and protect them from bad guys. He's gonna tell you all about it.
Thanks, Billy. Well, it's a real pleasure to be here today to talk to you young kids. Well, Billy's right. What I do is to protect and serve. I've been a policeman for 10 years.
Kid's dead. He's getting back in downtown.
What's the hurry? Kid is dead.
Don't let the killing begin again.
Agent O'Malley.
O'Malley. We're just checking to be sure your phone is connected. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. And what's your name?
Day 2. We watch and laugh. The volunteers pray and pin themselves with ribbons and pass out posters thinking they can make a difference. Fools. Only we can make a difference.
Director De Palma, I didn't know you were coming.
Well, I came with Marty Wilhelm. I thought you could use a little help.
I don't need his help. I can bring this boy home.
I don't think anyone has ever accused you of being shy, Agent O'Malley. Leo Kozlowski's face was still plopped down in his plate of Swedish meatballs, and his last cigar is still smoldering in his fingers when you started typing up a memo recommending yourself as his replacement.
I observed a moment of silence.
Megan, in spite of our personality conflicts, political differences, whatever, I respect your abilities. I admire you as a person. I think you know that. But I am going with Marty on this one.
My file indicates I have more investigative experience, more class time, and a better arrest record. I finished the agent's course at the FBI Academy. I can shoot the tail off a rat from 200 yards. If you replace me on this case, for no other reason than the fact that I have breasts, you'll hear me yelping all the way down to the city desk of the Seattle Tribune.
Are you blackmailing me?
I want this case, Bruce. I deserve it. Now, if I screw up, then yank me, but at least give me the chance to try. Sir.
Don't screw up.
You get some sleep?
Who needs sleep when you can take a nice cold shower? They haven't turned my utilities on yet. So I shaved my legs with a camping lantern, fed my cat, movers came at dawn. How about you?
Well, I have a dog, hot water, and I like my legs hairy. Thank you very much.
I did a computer search. 4.5 pages of known pedophiles within a 100-mile radius.
Oh, what are we coming to? Now, this is Josh. And he's a nice kid, I know him. Many of you have boys just like him. He loves sports and playing with his dog. And most of you know his mother, Dr. Hannah Garrison, and his father, Paul. Now, they want their boy back. And we're gonna do that.
Excuse me.
Father Tom, you scared me half to death.
I thought it would be better if I came in this way. There are an awful lot of people watching your front door.
Yeah. And I have a house full of women who don't know what to do except stare, and thank God they're not me.
If you need to be alone,
No, don't go. I don't want to be alone. I just want my son back.
Oh.
I just want him back.
They'll find him. You have to believe that, Hannah. You have to have faith.
Oh, I had faith that this would never happen. I'm all out of faith. He's just a little boy. How could God let this happen?
I asked myself that question at church, and I didn't get any answer. The world is not a just place, Hannah.
If I'd been there to pick him up, he'd be with us now.
No.
I know that.
If it's anybody's fault, it's mine. He was on his way to altar boy practice at my church. When he was late, I should have called you immediately.
When do you stay for supper?
I would love to.
Good. Because on the menu we have a variation on the miracle of the loaves and fishes.
What's that?
The miracle of a tuna casserole.
Oh.
I'm sure there isn't a can of tuna left in the 4-county area.
A little sorrow, born of a little sin, the sins of the father.
Josh's. He carried it everywhere. He lost it.
When?
Months ago, he was frantic, I remember, because we nearly tore the house apart trying to find it. Didn't he think that he lost it at the church?
Yes, I remember. We searched the room where we hold altar boy practice.
Can I keep it?
I'm sorry, Hannah, but we need it for evidence. I have to take it.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
So close, he tossed it to us like a bone.
Son of a bitch. Just plunked it right there on the hood of my car. Here, dumbass, get a clue. Sins of the father. What does he mean by that?
I had a little sorrow. Born of a little sin.
Does that mean anything to you?
It's a game with him. It's the way his mind works. He's taunting us.
Marty, you're in charge of chopper runs, right?
Yeah. Oh, I got the infrared equipment for night work. I can pick up any heat from below, including the woods.
Glad to have you with us, Marty. We can use someone with your experience.
The notebook is Josh's. Been missing for months.
If the abductor's had it all this time, if he's the one that actually took it, we're talking about a crime with an incredible amount of premeditation.
What are you saying? That he waited months knowing all along he wanted to take this particular kid?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's like an unseen hand reached down, snatched him off the face of the earth.
Working from your profile on this guy, what are Josh's chances?
Well, as long as he's willing to play the game, I think Josh is alive. That's the good news. The bad news is, once this abductor gets tired of the game, he turns his attention to the captive. In the next few days, the odds of finding Josh alive go down to near zero.
kind of creep are we looking for?
I think it's safe to assume we're looking for a loner, a sociopath.
Sociopath. Is that like a psychopath?
He doesn't look any different from any of us, but inside, he is nothing like us. In his head, it's like drifting snow. You're looking for the type of guy that if his mother died and was laid out at the funeral, he'd have to mimic the faces of everyone around him. So he would appear to be sad, because inside, he's feeling nothing.
What we need is old-fashioned hard police work. We already have 150 phone calls of tips and sightings.
Chris Priest has computers set up at the old schoolhouse. He said he'd lend them and some grad students. Maybe we can run the calls and the sightings through the computers. Okay, that's it.
Well, my search team's gonna have a little dinner, and then we'll be back out.
Why don't we go over to the old schoolhouse, take a look at those computers?
Oh, good.
Hi, Mitch. Glad you're here. I want to show you something.
Chris, I'd like you to meet Megan O'Malley. She's from the State Bureau of Investigation.
Hi.
Heard a lot about you. You're the talk of the town.
So what is this old schoolhouse used for now?
We run a juvenile offender program here. We're working with the kids in the county who are runaways or in trouble. I want to show you something. With this scanner, we were able to create a high-grade computer image of Josh, which we transmitted electronically to computers all over the country. People printed off those computers onto more flyers. Mitch, we can put everything on this case in the computers. We can cross-reference. We can do whatever you need. I've got my students, and I've got a room full of hardware.
We've already had 150 calls with tips and sightings. I just don't have the manpower to handle that kind of thing.
Well, we can take care of this, Mitch. Really.
This is really great, Chris. It's just great.
Well, a boy's been taken from us. This town is up in arms, Mitch. You know that. And if we can help, we'll do whatever it takes.
I could sure use some food and a bed.
Well, I can offer you the first. You're on your own for the bed. How's Jessie?
She's scared by all this.
I admire you. Raising a child alone is a burden a lot of men wouldn't want.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of men who shouldn't be fathers.
Ain't that a fact?
Your dad was a cop.
Yeah, 42 years in the blue. Got his sergeant stripes and never went any higher, never wanted to. He said all real cop work is done in the trenches, knee deep in mud and blood.
Any brothers and sisters?
Grew up on my own.
Looks like you're really following in your father's footsteps in this one.
Yeah, you know, I really don't want to talk about him anymore. I like the job, it suits me.
What's that perfume you're wearing?
I'm not wearing any.
You know, I never had this problem with Leo. Then I never wanted to kiss Leo.
We have a witness. She saw Josh being taken.
I just got back tonight, and I called as soon as I heard. Oh, God. That poor kid. And Hannah, she must be going crazy.
Are you sure it was Josh?
Yes, I'm sure. He was wearing a stocking cap, but I knew it was Josh. That image stayed in my mind. Nothing but darkness all around, and just this one boy, all alone. And then the van came for him. Oh, I remember a van.
Do you remember what color it was? Was it light colored or dark?
Light. Tan or gray or maybe dirty white.
Was it a new van?
No, scuzzy, older.
And you think you'd recognize it if you saw it again?
Oh, I can't be sure. It was night, and I can't tell for sure.
We'll drive around and see if we can find a van that looks like the one she saw.
I'm gonna go down to the station, check out that listing of known child predators. If any of them own a light-colored, scuzzy van, we got ourselves a suspect.
Ollie? Ollie, hi. Megan O'Malley, we met. SBI?
What do you want?
Just a talk. I have a few questions you might be able to answer for me.
Questions about what?
Different things. Can I come in? It's really cold out here. Nice cozy place you got here, Allie. Where'd you get all these computers?
Professor Christopher Priest. Businesses give them to the college.
What do you do on them?
Stuff on the internet. I go into chat rooms. We share.
I got some questions I want to ask you about last night, Ollie.
You haven't found that boy.
Someone thinks they saw Josh get in a van. Looks just like yours. Anybody borrow your van last night, Ollie?
No.
Maybe somebody borrowed it and didn't tell you.
No.
How do you know that? You were in the ice rink, right? Running the Zamboni? Maybe somebody borrowed it and didn't let you know.
No.
Tell you what, just be on the safe side. Let's go take a look at your van, okay? You feel like showing me?
You don't have a search warrant.
Should I get one, Ollie?
I don't know anything! I didn't do anything.
Then you don't have anything to hide.
I don't have anything to hide. I'll get the keys. Meet me outside. I'm going out back.
I'll come with you.
No. I don't let anybody back here.
No one in the rink seen Ollie since last night.
Even if we did have a positive ID from Helen on the vehicle, we still don't have grounds for a warrant. Given the fact that he ran from me, he's not exactly going to give consent. That is, if and when we find him.
Was it blood? Are you sure?
It was dark. I was using a flashlight looking through that window.
Megan, was it blood?
Yeah, it was blood. I'm pretty sure of it.
Well, I say we tow the van, spray it with luminol. If it's blood, we get a blood type. If it matches Josh's, we nail the son of a bitch.
Too many ifs. We can't just seize and search the van. You know that. We don't have any solid evidence against Ollie.
Well, he ran from you. You saw dried blood on the carpet. That's the van.
We don't have enough proof. Even if we did find Ollie, and even if he did consent to a search of his van and we found anything, the judge would just throw it out. Consent given under duress. Ollie goes free.
Well, we could impound the van on the grounds that overnight parking is technically not permitted in the ice rink lot. Once we've impounded the van, we do an inventory of the contents. If we find anything suspicious, then we have probable cause to ask for a warrant.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Paul?
This morning before school.
Now, we're trying to
Paul,
get...
I need to talk about Josh.
Hannah, please, I'm trying to watch this, okay?
Wearing a blue jacket with orange trim.
Blue jacket with orange trim. Any ideas?
I have no idea what kind of monster.
God, what's happened to us?
Would abduct a child.
Police are telling us that this was indeed an abduction.
Well, Doc,
Proof that Josh
our
was
son has been
kidnapped.
abducted, remember? The boy you left waiting in the dark.
So cruel.
Hannah, please.
When was it exactly that you bailed on us?
I bailed on you? I grew up in this town. You know what they call me? They call me the doctor's husband.
I didn't ask to come to this town. You wanted to come back home. I was perfectly happy practicing in the city.
Just like everybody else in this town. You forgot about me.
We have a 7-month-old baby, if you don't remember. I was kind of busy being a mother and a doctor.
Baby was your idea. I didn't want more kids. Remember?
You know, I used to think that your boyishness was charming. Now I see that you're just a little boy.
I don't have time for this right now. Our marriage can fall apart later, okay? I'll be on the cell phone.
Thank you. Please stay with us. This is live action coverage of the tragic story of the missing boy, Josh Garrison.
We sprayed the van with luminol. It's blood. It's human. It's gonna take a while to get the DNA workup.
That's good news.
We vacuumed for fibers. We got a match to Josh's clothes.
And the catch?
Ollie drove the team to a away game, so there's probably fibers from at least 20 kids in that
So
van.
we have nothing on Ollie Swain.
If I went to the judge right now to try to get a warrant for his arrest, he'd probably laugh me right out of chambers.
Yeah. So any trace of Ollie yet?
No. Not yet.
You can't blame yourself, Paul.
If I just answered the phone, I would have picked up Josh.
It wasn't your turn to pick him up. It was Hannah's.
You and I lied. Right here on this couch, I heard the phone ring. I could hear the machine picking up. Maybe you should go. I think I need to be alone right now.
Just want to give you some comfort. That's all.
Dad, can you come get me from hockey? Mom's late and I want to go home. Dad, can you come get me from hockey? Mom's late and I want to go home. Dad, can you come get me from hockey? Mom's late and I want to go home.
Any news? No, sorry. I might have a lead, though. I'd like to talk to you and your husband.
Paul is out on the ground search.
Well, I can understand how that could make him feel more useful.
He wants to be where the television cameras can catch the grieving father in action.
This must be very hard on both of you.
You're not exactly catching us at our best.
Yeah, well, in my line of work, I rarely catch people at their best.
Mine neither. I'm always the one to comfort the victims. I'm not used to being on the other side. Don't really know what's expected of me.
Don't worry about what's expected of you. Just concentrate on getting through this any way you can.
Okay, I'm ready. Tell me what you've got.
Someone thinks they saw Josh get in a light-colored van. Older model, rusty. Now we're checking into Ollie Swain's van, but I was just wondering if you knew anybody with a van of that description.
A lot of people in town have vans. I mean, even Paul used to have an old clunker when he was going through his manly hunter phase.
When was this?
4 or 5 years ago. I think he sold it to some local guy.
Do you remember who?
No, Are you thinking that it's the same van?
We can't rule it out.
My God.
Round and round and round they go. Will they find Josh? We don't think so.
O'Malley, thanks for coming. Hannah tells me there's a break in the case.
It's possible. Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
Well, we're looking for a van. I understand you sold a van a few years ago. Do you remember who the buyer was?
Oh, I don't know. It was a long time ago. Put an ad in the paper. Someone answered it.
And do you have any record of who?
No, it was just some guy. He paid cash, took the van, and left. It's a piece of junk. I was glad to get rid of it. Why are you asking me about my van?
Well, an eyewitness thinks they saw Josh get into an off-white van the night he was abducted. I checked, and your van was off-white.
My son has been abducted, and you have the gall to stand here and accuse me of taking him?
Mr. Garrison, I'm not accusing you of anything. I apologize if it sounds that way. I'm just checking all the vans in town.
No, I'll tell you how it sounds. It sounds to me like you don't know how to find my son, and you're doing whatever you can to cover your ass. That's how it sounds to me.
Mr. Garrison.
Agent O'Malley, does the FBI really consider Paul Garrison, Josh's father, a suspect? Agent O'Malley.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking of doing my job.
Don't you think the man is going through enough already?
For God's sakes, Mitch! I was seeking information that would prove pertinent to his son's abduction. Don't you find it just a little odd that he would be angry at me for that? What is he hiding?
What's that supposed to mean?
He wouldn't even look me in the eye. My gut feeling says that he is holding something back.
Afternoon paper.
Oh. Bruce, this is a hatchet job.
Did you do that? Did you question that boy's father in front of witnesses?
Yes.
I'm replacing you with Marty Wilhelm.
What? You can't. When?
Effective immediately. He's out in the hall.
You can't do this to me.
Here, listen, my badge says Special Agent in Charge. And you know what that means, Agent O'Malley? That means that I decide how we will handle this investigation. You're out!
Make it.
Agent De Palma, Paige Price. I understand that there's been some more new developments in the case. Can you tell us what's happened?
Well, Miss Price, we're determined to bring this case to a swift conclusion, so we've brought in Martin Wilhelm, who's one of our more veteran agents.
Does that mean that Agent O'Malley will be replaced?
No, not in the least. She's going to stay on in an advisory capacity. We're just adding another man to the team.
Thank you so much.
Megan knows more about this case than anyone.
I read her reports, Mitch. I don't agree. Now, for the last 48 hours, she's had me going in circles in a chopper with heat-sensing equipment. Dead bodies don't give off heat. We've wasted a lot of time.
Are you saying that Josh is dead?
No more questions, Miss Price.
Well, look at the good side. At least we don't have to unpack. This column mover's back. Your job is to get rid of this migraine.
Hello. The game is growing dull.
Ollie, is that you?
Time to up the ante.
Not good enough to leave a note. The bastard's got to nail it into his dead body.
We don't know if Marty was already dead when they drove that spike into him. I don't think so. Look at that watermark.
Can't let the game get dull. Therefore, every agent you send to replace our true opponent, Agent Megan O'Malley, will be returned to you with our blessing. We like the clever girl, Megan.
She makes the game fun. She wants to win. She's like us. We want to play with her.
Megan?
Megan? Megan, we need you.
Migraine, go away.
This town, in fact, the entire state, is in a panic. There are citizens here who are afraid to come out of their own homes. Do you have anything to say to these people about the recent death of Agent Wilhelm?
We share in the sorrow of the tragic murder of a fellow SBI agent. However, we must not panic. We should join together and try to find the person or persons who have done this heinous crime.
Why have you been put back on this case? And why won't the police release details about the note rumored to be found on Agent Wilhelm's body?
I will confirm the existence of a note. However, the contents of that note shall remain confidential so that we may confirm more quickly the guilt or innocence of any suspects that we apprehend.
I've learned through my sources through the case that the paper used for the note contained a very distinct watermark, a sea serpent. Now, is this true? And have you located where the paper was purchased?
We have thus far been unable to locate the source of the paper, but I'm confident that we will.
Please now, let us do our job. We'll keep you informed of any further developments. And a reminder, the candlelight vigil for Josh will begin on Main Street in 1 hour. So,
I gotta get the hell out of here.
All right, that is all for now, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as we have any further information,
What's up, princess? Keep looking at the faces, you know? Thinking that maybe one of these people knows where Josh is.
we'll just keep looking at him. I'll do the same.
Hey, come for a walk with me. Stealing her for a while.
Go down.
Can I get a word with you?
Oh, God, Paige, don't you have any limits at all? Oh, that hurt and compassionate look, huh? You got that honed to perfection. Tell me something, you gonna splice that into your reaction shot later?
Mitch, this very moving vigil is a big part of this American town's capacity to rally around.
All right, now, cut the crap. Now, there wasn't anything about that watermark in our police report.
Mitch, you know I can't tell you my sources.
That was confidential police information. That's gonna make it a lot harder for us to find the abductor and a lot harder to find Josh.
Mitch, please, let's not argue. I wanted for us to be friends. I wanted to have dinner, maybe sit down, relax, talk, bare our souls.
And while we're bearing our souls, I'm supposed to feed you tidbits about the case?
Well, it could be more than dinner.
I've had more than dinner with you, Paige. Once is enough. Now I'm gonna find whoever it was that leaked that information, and I'm gonna break his nose. And then I'm gonna get mean.
Can I help you?
I don't think so. I just came to. I don't know why I came. I'm sorry, Father. Megan O'Malley, State Bureau of Investigation.
I'm Deacon Fletcher. Father McCoy is at the vigil. Suffer the little children to come unto me, and do not hinder them, for to such belongs the kingdom of heaven.
Josh isn't dead. Not that I'm aware of. Do you know something I don't?
We've been praying for Josh. I don't remember seeing you at the service.
No, I wasn't one of the faithful. I was one of the cops out searching in the cold.
His fate is in the hands of God. And we must have faith that God will bring him home.
Well, Deacon, I've been a cop for 10 years. I trust God about as far as I can throw him.
Father McCoy has more forgiveness in his heart for such talk. Come back and talk to him.
Day 5. Take a perfect family, tear it all apart. We hold the pieces, we hold the power.
Megan, this is Paige. Look, I'm sorry that the Tribune picked up on my story. Could we start fresh and talk? You're big news now, and I think I can get you some good PR.
When pigs fly.
Agent O'Malley, this is Flora in the State Bureau of Investigation that's down here in Olympia. I just wanted to let you know, we're putting some mail that came here for you in the overnight pouch to the Deer Lake office. Okay? I'm going to give you 7341 if you need me. Bye-bye.
Not sure I got the right number. I'm trying to reach Will Kozlowski. See, they was way down in the crowd. Agent O'Malley, this is Stu Fielding at the NCIC. Listen, I got a hit on your fingerprints, so please call me back ASAP. FBI, National Crime Information Center. Fielding here.
Yeah, Stu, Agent O'Malley. Tell me a story.
Hey, sorry it took so long for the search, but we couldn't get a match on the prints in your area. We had to enlarge the parameters of the search. We got a hit in Boise, Idaho. You ready?
You don't know how ready. Ollie Swain's a convicted pedophile.
What? I ran a check on him myself. I got nothing.
Yeah, well, that's because he has a valid driver's license and his assumed name. No record. He wouldn't show up in the criminal history database. You need prints.
Well, how the hell did you get prints?
An opportunity presented itself. I ran him as a non-suspect. I felt sure he was an ex-con.
Well, what made you think that?
Prison tattoos. On his wrist, under his cuff. Thorns and tears.
Well, I never saw any tattoos. Oh, yeah, I always wore gloves at the ice rink.
Yeah, well, he wasn't wearing gloves at his house. I got lucky.
Convicted pedophile? Working with children in my town?
Chief, they found Ollie.
Where?
Out of the old schoolhouse. They're bringing him in.
Megan. Luck had nothing to do with it. You're an exceptional cop.
Thanks, Chief.
Oh, damn it.
How the hell did she find out Ollie was being brought in?
the police believe that your van was used to abduct Josh Garrison. Fibers from his clothes were found, as well as his blood. Do you have any knowledge of Josh's whereabouts?
Wasn't me!
If you've done anything with Josh, you're gonna wish you were never born.
I already do.
Sheriff Steiger, how did you zero in on this suspect?
It's old-fashioned police work.
Thank you, Sheriff. Bob? Chief Holt? Chief Holt, do you have any comment?
Get that out of my face.
Mitch!
How did you know we were bringing in Ollie Swain?
I am just doing my job.
You're harassing a witness.
I did not abduct Josh Garrison, and I will not be responsible for anything that happens to him.
You just don't get it, do you? Now, this is not about you. You're nobody. You, your job, your station, they don't mean squat. This is about a little boy who should be home tonight listening to bedtime stories and a mother and father who lost their son. It's not about ratings. Now, get the hell out of here.
Did you get all that?
Got it. That's good.
If I hurry, we can have a story done by 10.
The other way. Let's go. No, not at all.
We got him. Let's roast this little one. I say we go in and rattle this bastard's cage. He'll give us what we want.
What, you want to beat it out of him or what?
Brutalize him, he'll never lead us to Josh.
Listen, Ollie Swain lives within the city limits of Deer Lake. This is a police matter. It's out of your jurisdiction, Steiger.
No, this is a multi-jurisdictional investigation. I'm in on nailing this creep. I caught him.
Caught him? One of your deputies found Ollie hiding under the old schoolhouse steps. He was curled up like a scared animal. And you're not going in that room. You can watch through the glass.
You can't do this to me!
All right, now I'm going to ask you one more time, Ollie, and I want you to think really hard. And you can be the one to save Josh here. You can be the hero. Tell us what you did with him, Ollie. Where's Josh?
It wasn't me.
Ollie, we found the pictures of the naked boys on your computer. The stains in the back of the van are blood. Is it Josh's blood?
You know who took Josh, don't you, Ollie? He used your van. Did you let him? Or did he just take it?
Come on now, Ollie, help us out here. Come on, help us.
I can't tell you. I want to talk to a lawyer.
I guess you couldn't get the little turd to roll over, huh? Those pictures on his computer, how bad were they? Were they just naked kids, or was there sex involved?
How did Paige Price find out about the watermarks on that note? That was never made public. Don't you think it was kind of an odd coincidence that she showed up at exactly the same time you brought Ollie in?
Well, there's no leak in the sheriff's department, I can tell you that. Maybe you better talk to that agent you're humping.
You are sworn to protect and serve the people of this county, not to sell them to the highest bidder. Now, she screwed you for that information, didn't she? You jeopardized this case. You jeopardized Josh.
You don't believe he's alive any more than I do. The kid is dead.
The kid's dead.
His name is Billy! His name is Josh. And we're the only hope he's got.
Although Ollie Swain has not been formally charged with the abduction of Josh Garrison, he's being held at Deer Lake Community Jail on parole violations in the state of Washington. Here with us today is Dr. Garrett Wright, head of the psychology department at Redstone State College. Dr. Wright, what can you tell us about the mind of the child predator?
Pedophiles, like Ollie Swain, tend to come from abusive home situations themselves and have strong unmet needs for personal warmth.
Are you saying that we should feel sorry for someone like Swain?
I'm merely stating the facts. In fact, we can say for certain that the person who abducted Josh is a pedophile. We could be dealing with a very different sort of mind altogether, one far more dangerous.
Such as?
The pure sociopath.
Certainly no one in Deer Lake has more reason to feel outraged at the discovery of a convicted child predator than Paul Garrison, Josh's father. Again, Our hearts go out to you and your wife, Dr. Hannah Garrison. Paul, can you tell us what you're feeling at this moment?
I just have one thing to say. I'm sick and tired of turning on the evening news to hear another story about a child being raped or murdered or abducted. This has got to stop. We have got to put an end to the madness. I don't know what kind of a country we live in here where children are being abducted.
I need to see him.
I'm telling you, it's not gonna get you what you want.
I have to try. Ollie. I'm Hannah Garrison, Josh's mother. I know my son is alive. I've seen him. Tell me what you did with him. Please, whatever you know, just tell me. I need my son back. You had a mother once, didn't you? Think of her. Think of what she would have done if she lost you.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
But you know who took him. You know, I know you know.
It was me. It was them.
Daddy, I'm scared. Scared that the bad men will get me too.
No one's gonna take you, sweetheart.
But somebody took Josh. Gary says it happens every day.
Not where we live, it doesn't.
They took Josh, and he's a big kid, and I'm just little.
No one's gonna take you, Jess. I won't let that happen.
It happened to Billy and Mommy.
Hello. Hello? It's you, isn't it? Okay, tell me how you want to play the game. You want me to go first? Okay, my move. They think Ollie acted alone. You and I both know he didn't. He's not smart enough. But you're brilliant. You used Ollie perfectly. But now I have him. And eventually he'll tell me everything I want to know, and then I'll find you. It's you. Come on in. Did you drop by on Leo after midnight?
I was driving by. I saw your light. They look to me to save him. They don't realize the truth. This has happened before. In Miami.
What do you mean?
I had a son. Billy. He was 6. And he just learned how to ride a bike by himself. He was still a little wobbly. We needed some milk and some bread. And my wife took Billy to the store. They were in the wrong place at the wrong time. I heard the call on the radio. But even before I saw Claire's car, I knew. I just knew. He took him to a cabin. When he got tired of him, he just butchered them like they were nothing. I still see him lying there. On this dirty linoleum floor, all bloody. Their bodies all twisted into odd shapes like dolls. Been cast aside. Claire was still reaching out for Billy. It was such a little life. Lost angels.
He knew. He died knowing who used his van to take Josh.
The police are fools. They stepped on a slug and called it a villain, and the desperate rushed blindly to embrace their ignorance. And the doctor is no god, just another helpless woman. The illusion of power, gone.
Karen, I didn't know that you were coming over today.
Well, Garrett had to do another interview. He suggested I come over and see if you needed any help.
Uh-huh.
People just trying to be good neighbors, Hannah.
Hannah Garrison.
Mom, I want to come home.
Josh? Honey? Where are you?
I want to...
Josh? Josh, talk to me. Josh, honey, where are you? Talk to me. Honey?
All scenarios have been mapped out. All possible moves have been considered. We have planned for all contingencies. The game is ours. The suffering is theirs, deserving victims of the perfect crime.
At approximately 3 a.m. this morning, Leslie Olin Sewick, a.k.a. Ollie Swain, was found in his cell in the city jail, dead from self-inflicted injuries.
Excuse me, how do we know the wounds were self-inflicted?
Wasn't he being watched?
Mr. Sewick was not considered a suicide risk. He exhibited no behavior that would have led us to believe that he was a danger to himself. I'm not at liberty to divulge the exact details of his death.
Have you established that he was indeed the abductor?
We've been waiting for lab reports from the State Bureau of Investigation.
And when will those reports be in?
The tests on Mr. Seward's van were given priority status. The test did come in today. The hair, blood, and fiber samples found in the van were almost certainly from Josh Garrison. This would seem to establish that Mr. Seward's van was used in the abduction.
My sources tell me that Dr. Garrison received a phone call from Josh, which you have not yet revealed. Is Josh alive?
There was a phone call. We, however, have not been able to determine so far if that phone call was recorded or if it was really Josh.
Agent O'Malley, can you tell us your whereabouts when you received word of Leslie Sewick's demise?
I was at my home.
Alone?
I failed to see the relevance of that question, Miss Price.
Agent O'Malley.
Well, I believe that your answer may be relevant to the people of Deer Lake. Isn't it true that at 3 a.m., when your prime suspect was committing suicide, that you were with Chief Holt?
Haven't you done enough damage to this investigation as it is, without now trying to divert the focus of this press conference away from the case and the fate of Josh Garrison and onto yourself?
I'm not diverting the focus onto myself, Agent O'Malley. I'm diverting it onto you.
You are drawing the attention of your peers by implying some imagined impropriety to which only you are privy. Maybe you think this will get you a big job on the Seattle News, but I gotta tell you, it doesn't cut much ice with me. Now, does anyone have a question germane to the case?
Oh, why won't you answer my question? Excuse me. Why won't you answer my question, Agent O'Malley? What is it that you're afraid of?
I'm afraid I'm going to lose my temper. Because not only is your line of questioning irrelevant, but the answer is none of your damn business.
Well, at 3 a.m., when your prime suspect in an unsolved child abduction was committing suicide, depriving authorities of any information that they may have had about the abduction, you were reportedly in your home with Chief Holt, with the lights off. If your priority is not with this case, Agent O'Malley, then the public has a right to know.
The public has a right to know that every cop on this case has been working virtually around the clock trying to find Josh, to just get one good lead on the piece of human garbage who stole him. They also have a right to know that your job hinges on ratings, and ratings hinge on sensationalism. They do not, however, have the right to follow me after I've spent 18 hours on the job. Next question.
Don't let her get to you. She's a mercenary ice princess. Everything you said over there is true. You didn't end your business.
How is this supposed to work, Mitch? I mean, really? You think I want to ruin my career by sleeping with you? It's not worth it.
Well, I thought maybe we might take a chance on each other, but not you, no. You're too busy playing tough guy cop.
What are you, my shrink now? Oh, God, I really know how to pick them. Biggest case of my life, and I screwed the chief of police.
All right. So maybe we didn't think this thing through all the way. But it happened. And it was great.
I'm too stupid for words. I'm too stupid to live. I should die of idiocy. Oh, my God.
What is it?
DMV background check on Allie's van. Previous owner.
Paul Garrison?
Josh's father. Think he's still got the keys?
Let's bring him in and find out.
That SBI bitch had the nerve to call me down here in the middle of this.
Anything you have to say about the case, you can say in front of Agent O'Malley.
Yeah. Here, the two of you are pretty tight. It's nice to know something is being accomplished with all your overtime.
I think you have a few more important things to worry about. Your failing memory, for instance.
My what?
We have a little something to clear up about that van you used to have.
That again. You know, I don't believe this. You two managed to kill the one suspect we have.
Ollie killed himself.
Or we'd be able to ask him these questions.
What is that supposed to mean?
Paul, why didn't you tell us you sold the van to Ollie Swain?
I said I didn't remember who bought it. I think I would remember if it was him.
Funny, that's the same thing I said. You'd think you'd remember selling it to Ollie.
I didn't.
Well, that's not what the DMV says.
What would it matter if I had? That was what, 4 or 5 years ago?
4.
What matters, Paul, is that it appears as though you lied to us about it. Now, that matters a lot.
And what were you doing last night when your only suspect was slitting his wrists?
All right, now let's get something straight here, Paul. No one is exempt from scrutiny in this case. You understand what I'm saying here? No one.
We're not saying you're a suspect, Mr. Garrison. We did a routine check on Ollie Swain's vehicle. Believe me when I say we were not expecting to see your name as the previous owner.
I didn't sell the van to Ollie Swain. The guy who bought it from me must have resold it without changing the title.
Do you remember what time of year it was you sold the van?
I don't know. Spring, April, or May?
Well, it says here the title was transferred in September. Why don't you go home and see if you can find some record of the sale? It'll help tie up the loose ends.
Fine.
Mr. Garrison, I do have a few more questions about the night Josh disappeared.
I was working.
And you're saying Josh never called you?
No.
Dad, can you come get me from hockey? Mom's late and I want to go home.
Do you always pick up the phone?
Sometimes I let the machine get it.
And did you check your machine?
Not until, after.
After what?
Dad, can you come get me from hockey? Mom's late and I want to go home.
The next day.
Did you save the tape?
No, it was erased. I just want him back.
I'm sorry to put you through this, Mr. Garrison. I don't enjoy it.
You don't know what I'm going through. How it hurts.
I know how it hurts, Paul. And believe me, we wouldn't be asking you these things if we didn't have to.
Chief Noga's on the line. They found a dark blue jacket in Rhines Woods.
So much for preserving the scene.
My God! Josh!
Have you seen a body?
Josh!
Come on, easy. Take it easy.
Back! Back! He's dead. He's dead.
Thanks for alerting our office first, Tiger.
All right, now, everybody, back now! Back! Get away from me! Leave me alone! I don't need anything from you! Get the hell away from me!
Paul, take it easy. Listen to me. Paul, listen to me. We're gonna have to take a minute and try and figure out what this means, all right? So come on. Let's walk over here. He's dead. We don't know that. Let's go. But we have his jacket. We don't have him. Paul, this jacket was described in every poster and every newscast about Josh. It would have been smart for the kidnapper to toss it. All right, now. You calm down. Paul, I have to take the jacket. Paul, I have to give it to the crime lab. Evidence, and it'll help us find Josh. Come on. Come on now.
Get you home in a squad car.
I should be going.
Father, how did you get here so quickly?
All right, everybody, move back now!
I heard it on the news. I came right over.
Did Deacon Fletcher ride over with you?
No. Albert must have come on his own. I really should be going. I know Paul's not going to be happy to see me, but I think Hannah could use a friend.
Megan, this is Karen Wright. Her dog found the jacket.
Yeah, hi. We met briefly at the Garrisons.
Yeah, how do you do? Caleb ran off this way, and then he came running back with this. I knew right away. Poor little guy.
Karen, do you come out here with Caleb every day?
Oh, yeah, we're here every day. Our home is over there, through the woods, by the old schoolhouse.
And when was the last time Caleb ran off in that direction?
Yesterday afternoon.
Mitch, I was out here with a search team on Friday. Nobody found so much as a gum wrapper. That jacket wasn't out here. There's nothing left here to see.
Oh, God. Mitch. Is in Josh's pocket.
For all the lost angels, my specter round me night and day, like a wild beast guards my way.
My emanation far within weeps incessantly for my sin.
Paul, can you step outside for a moment, please? Paul, I want you to come down to the station and give us a set of your fingerprints.
What for?
We need to check them against the ones we found in the van.
And if I refuse?
Well, I'll have to get a court order.
It'll cost you your job.
Probably. But I'll get your prints, one way or another.
What did he say? What did he want?
First they interview me. Now they want my fingerprints.
Why do they suspect you, Paul?
The damn van I sold years ago. Does that make any sense to you?
Well, our son's blood and hair are in that van. Do you still have the keys to it?
My God. My God. You think I did it?
I don't know. All I know is I'm going back to work, I'm going to the hospital, and I want you to stay somewhere else. Don't come back until I know.
And you wonder why I don't confide in you?
They found the jacket today. Now they know they have another lost angel. They don't know what to think. They don't know which way to turn. We can smell their panic, taste it. It makes us laugh. They're as predictable as rats in a maze. They don't know which way to turn, so they turn on each other.
Didn't Hannah say there was a rabbit's foot on this jacket?
Yeah.
It's gone.
This note has the same watermark. For all the lost angels, my specter round me night and day.
It's a quote from William Blake.
So, how many children have been missing or abducted in the counties around this area?
We don't know they were abducted. They're probably just runaways.
Well, we all know about the Kulo boy abducted in Zion. And the girl in Inver Grove Heights. What, Tammy Rupert? She was never found.
Why hasn't anyone connected them?
Well, folks don't like to talk about it much.
Ah, yes, the open secret. Everybody knows, but nobody wants to talk about it. Every town holds its secret close to its heart, so they won't be judged by them. Gotta protect the town's good name, isn't that right, Sheriff?
I don't buy into your psycho top ideas. Someone grab Josh.
I'll get a computer listing of all the missing kids within a 50-mile radius for the last 20 years.
It's a waste of time. Kids run away all the time. They're kidnapped by their parents. They run off to the big city. It happens all over the state.
All right, Steiger. What do you say you just get the hell out of my way?
So, how is she? She doesn't look like she'd be much of a lay, but then maybe she should do other things with that mouth and shoot it off, huh?
And that was for the crack you just made, and for sticking Paige Price on Megan, and for being a stupid son of a bitch in general. You think that's funny? Hmm? You ever say anything like that again, I'll break your nose again. I turn on the 10 o'clock news tonight and I see Paige Price reciting William Blake. I'm gonna come over that tin can you call a house, put my gun to your butt and blow your brains out. Bruce.
So how's the migraine?
No problem. She twisted the facts, Bruce.
Don't call me Bruce when I'm mad at you.
Yes, sir.
So was Mitch Holt at your house at 3 in the morning?
Yes. He needed to talk. It's the truth. You'd know if I lied.
No, I believe you're telling me the truth. It's what you're not telling me that's got me worried. I don't want to hear it. Look, the problem is, we make you the first female SBI agent in the field, and then every time you turn around, you're the center of another controversy. We can't have that. There's going to be a ton of ink dropped on this thing. Everyone's going to be watching you. You attack Paul Garrison. You bait Paige Price, who's probably screwing the sheriff. You're sleeping with Mitch Holt. Did I leave anything out here?
I never said I slept with Mitch.
Save your breath. I don't care if you did or you didn't. That's not the point. But all of this goes away if you catch the guy. You gotta come up with a good idea here, Megan. You gotta get inventive. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Now, this abductor creep can stop me from pulling you off of the case, but from now on, I am gonna be here every minute. Is that clear?
Crystal.
All right. So tell me, what's your gut feeling about this guy? What's he like? Who is he?
He uses the word we. He could be a split personality, or he could have an accomplice. He could be a local guy, teacher, baker, priest.
Talks a lot about sin.
Yeah, somebody who deals in sin. It could be the priest. It could be the deacon. The deacon who teaches the altar boys. The deacon who was supposed to meet with Josh the night he was abducted. The deacon who was obviously a fanatic. The deacon who has lived here a very long time.
Agent O'Malley, have you come to confess your sins to me? Confession can be good for the soul.
I imagine you keep quite busy in Deer Lake hearing sins. You must know a lot of secrets about everyone. We found another message in Josh's jacket. It talks about sin again, lost angels.
So, obviously you came to a church looking for someone who weeps for sin.
Anything you can think of that'll help me nail this bastard's ass to the wall?
I wish there was. My heart breaks when I think of Josh and Hannah.
Josh was an altar boy here, right?
Is that what this is all about? The priest and the altar boy?
Just doing my job, Father.
Well, I don't blame you. The newspapers are full of it. This priest or that priest, a cardinal, it's horrific. The church tries to cover it up, pretends that nothing happened. But it's true. Deacon and I were both involved in Josh's training.
Oh, I'd love to know Deacon Fletcher's secrets.
Deacon is a very devout man. He'll be the first one to tell you he's more qualified to do my job than I am. In another time, Deacon Fletcher would be called a zealot. In the 90s, with a shortage of priests, he's what we call a deacon. His wife died 3 years ago, some kind of stomach ailment. Since she's been gone, he's become more and more involved in the church.
Obsessed?
How do we draw the line between obsession and devotion?
Well, thanks for your time, Father.
Agent O'Malley, you have neither received solace nor refuge from the church. Have you lost your faith?
The last time I went searching for a missing child, it was in a town like this one. He'd been left in a garbage dump. Would you like me to describe what had been done to him? And you want to know if I've lost my faith?
Alt.
I just spoke with Father Tom.
He thinks confession is good for the soul.
Well, I'm sure he does.
I'd like to make a confession to you.
Okay.
I'm sorry for the way I treated you today. When I said I wouldn't sleep with you again because it would hurt my career, I was lying.
So, what are you trying to say?
It's not you. It's me. God, it goes so far back. When I was little, after my mom died, my dad stopped coming home. He'd leave me in the house, alone. I've just been alone all my life.
I remember that photograph in your house. You were trying to catch up to your father's footsteps in the snow.
Yeah, I was always trying to catch up to him. He was all I had. And he didn't even know I existed. Mitch, I just don't think that... I'm sorry.
Agent O'Malley, I'm glad you came by. I'd like for you to meet everyone.
All right.
Todd. Todd, meet Agent O'Malley. She's from the SBI. Todd's a psych major at Redwood.
Really? Did you take computer courses with Professor Priest?
Yes.
Did you know Ollie?
Oh, we had a couple of classes together. Professor Priest let him audit the class because of his interest in computers. But I don't think he was the one to screw with people's minds. You know, the business with the note, the phone call from Josh. I don't think he was a killer.
Maybe he was leading a secret life.
Don't we all? Don't you sometimes lay a little camouflage over your secrets?
Yeah, maybe. But most of us don't have inner selves that molest children.
Can I offer you a cup of coffee, Agent O'Malley? Or we have tea or cider. We don't have a shortage of food or volunteers here.
Hot cider'd be nice, thanks.
Very good.
I believe people come together like this as a defense. An instinctive herd mentality response. Strength and safety in numbers band together to fight off a predator.
I'm sorry, Agent O'Malley. This is my cohort, Garrett Wright. Garrett is a professor of shrinkdom at the State College. We grew up together here in town. So I know now for a fact that shrinks become shrinks because they're all screwed up. He's kind of shy, so you have to lead in the dance.
Hello.
I'd say it's a pleasure, but it seems inappropriate.
Are you here to offer your services, Doctor?
I don't know if it's my place to theorize. I just help out here with the juvenile offenders. Some guidance, some group therapy.
You study criminal psychology?
Yes, that's my specialty. Sociopathic behavior, deviant criminology, so forth.
So what's your immediate impression?
If what they're reporting in the news about the note he left behind is true, I'd say you're looking at someone delusional. Delusions of grandeur. Delusions specifically regarding the power of God and the ability to wreak havoc on humans.
Humans. He is a human being, isn't he?
No, he's not. He's wired differently. He's a predator.
Child predator? Pedophile?
I don't think so. This is too premeditated. His pathology is much more dangerous. I would suggest that the choice of a child has something to do with something much more primitive. It's about the reenactment of childhood.
I was thinking that same exact thing.
I'm sorry I can't be more help. I feel so bad for Hannah and Paul.
Do you know them?
Paul and I have been friends since we were kids.
Oh.
I hate to see them going through something like this. They're such a perfect family.
Megan, what are your instincts on this case? I mean, I've heard everything from the church to satanic cults. You must have an opinion.
Yes, I do. But I'm not about to state them in public. Good evening.
Good luck in your search for the predator.
Leave your door unlocked.
What are you doing here?
Waiting for you. You hung up on me.
I know. Oh, God, Mitch, I can count my lovers on one hand. All disasters. I'm not good at this.
Well, why don't you let me be the judge of that?
I have a theory about Josh. That's a little unsettling at best, and I wanted to share it with you. I was hoping you could help me.
Okay.
I think that Josh was chosen because of you. Or maybe Paul. Something about one of you, something personal.
Personal? What do you mean, personal?
I don't know. It's like we're all players in a game that we don't yet understand. All the rules are made up by him.
Oh, I can't think of anyone in Deer Lake who would do such a thing.
Did you grow up here?
No. But Paul did. That's why we came here after college, because he had roots and friends.
Who?
Christopher Priest, Garrett Wright, Father Tom, and the SBI agent who died of a heart attack. They were all in this chess class together at school. Chess was their passion.
Leo Kozlowski?
It's hard to imagine him playing chess. And there were a couple girls, too. Doris Fletcher, the wife of the Deacon of Doom. That's how they met. In fact, he was the chess teacher.
Deacon Fletcher?
Yeah.
He was the chess teacher.
He was a master champion, totally obsessed. And when she died, he got into sackcloth and ashes.
Was Doris Fletcher a patient of yours?
I personally drove her to Seattle Medical Center for a test because her husband refused to take her.
He refused to take her to the hospital for tests?
He was waiting for the Lord to heal her. Poor Doris.
What did she die of?
Her whole gastrointestinal system went haywire, then her kidneys failed. It was very sad. No one ever came up with a concrete diagnosis. Albert was probably feeding her arsenic. That was a joke. I was joking.
Could he have killed her? Was there an autopsy?
No. Albert refused on religious grounds.
How did he feel when you took his wife to a hospital against his will?
He was enraged.
Enraged enough to hold it against you and take your son?
I'd still believe Ollie had something to do with it and was roasting in hell.
I believe he's roasting in hell. But he's saving a spot for somebody.
Deacon? Deacon Fletcher! Check the vestment room.
Yeah, I'll check downstairs.
You shouldn't be down here.
Oh. Quite a basement for such an old place, huh? These old relics, they fascinate me.
I've been making an inventory of all the old artifacts and records, moving them out in order to better preserve them.
This one must be 100 years old. Is that real human hair?
Yes. In the days of the devout, they happily gave of themselves to glorify God. In fact, some of these old relics actually contain bone fragments of the saints.
What's in here? Did you have a guest?
If I work late, I sometimes sleep here. I find it peaceful.
You're very generous with your time.
My life belongs to the church.
You were Josh Garrison's instructor for religion class, right? As well as being in charge of all the altar boys.
Yes.
I also understand you're a master chess player.
I don't play the game anymore.
Did you happen to notice if Josh was unusually quiet recently? You must have some personal observation of Josh.
Well, he was generally well behaved. But boys of that age are filled with sin. They need discipline.
He's Hannah Garrison's son. You know Dr. Garrison, don't you?
I'm aware of who she is.
She was your wife's doctor, wasn't she?
Doris saw her occasionally.
Dr. Garrison drove your wife to make sure she had tests run. Above and beyond the call of duty, don't you think?
That woman, doctor, interfered with God's work. It is not our place to question God.
We're looking for a madman, Mr. Fletcher. Do you really think he's doing God's work?
God's work is done by those who know his voice.
Does he speak to you, Deacon? Does he tell you to punish sinners?
I'm surrounded by sinners.
You planning on doing some hammering, Fletcher?
Hello.
Megan? Megan?
It's you. Don't hang up. You can talk to me, Deacon.
Remember the sins of your father. You do remember them, don't you, Megan? You look pathetic following in his footsteps. He made you feel so small and so alone. We despise our fathers because we are superior to them.
Who is this?
You can trust me. You're not alone anymore. Good night, sweet Megan.
Hello? Paul? Paul? Is it you?
A lie is the handle which fits them all.
Who is this? Who is this? I heard they're going to continue the ground search tomorrow where I found the jacket. Will you be there?
Of course. I'll see you tomorrow.
Paul, this is a surprise on a Sunday.
Stop by and ask Karen if she'd be willing to do some extra work at the volunteer center tomorrow.
You've got a lot on your mind these days. How are you holding up?
I'm getting by.
My thoughts are with you. And with Hannah, of course.
Thanks.
I'm sure that Karen's doing all she can to help, giving of herself.
She's been great, as have all the neighbors. I better go.
The loss of a child can be a terrible strain on the parents.
I'm well aware of that.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound patronizing, Paul. I just wanted to say if either of you feel the need to talk to somebody, I can recommend a friend who specializes in family therapy.
I've got better things to do.
Well, please don't take offense. I only meant to help.
If you want to help, be at Ryan's Woods tomorrow morning, all right? That's the kind of help we need right now, not some overpriced shrink. Hope to see you there tomorrow morning.
I wasn't very sensitive of you, Garrett.
Really? I thought it was extremely sensitive of me, all things considered. You just did the wash this morning, didn't you?
I forgot to change the sheets.
Well, I'll help you make the bed. How would that be?
Josh is alive. I've seen him.
What do you mean you've seen him?
They're like dreams, but not like dreams, more like visions. I know it sounds crazy, but they're so real. He's wearing these pajamas that I've never seen before, and he has this bruise. You don't believe me, do you?
No, of course I do, Hannah. I just don't know what to make of it, that's all. But I believe that you saw something.
Josh is alive. I've seen him.
Hannah, you are under a tremendous amount of stress. You want to see Josh more than you want to breathe. It's natural that you would dream about him and think those dreams are real.
No, this is not a dream.
What does Paul think?
I didn't tell him. The police, they asked him to give his fingerprints. They didn't say it, but they think that he's involved.
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know. God, I don't know. He's my husband. And I don't trust him.
It's okay.
I don't trust him.
It's okay. Any man would hold a woman he loves.
Sillas! Sillas, burn! The wages of sin is death!
Albert!
Wicked daughter of Eve!
Albert! Don't do this. We're friends. I will not let you bring violence and hatred into my church.
We're a false prophet who comes in sheep's clothing, but inwardly a ravenous wolf.
Albert, please, let me try to explain.
Son of Satan!
All right, now. Good deacon's a little wacko. Consider him armed and dangerous.
Go around by the back door. Check out the garage.
Got it, boss.
Deacon Fletcher, please. You got a search warrant. Noga, do your thing. Well, I guess we know what Fletcher was doing in the basement of the church. He was taking stuff so he could resurrect his own congregation right here. With himself as high priest.
Deacon? Deacon Fletcher? I wonder what she looked like in life.
I don't know, but now she looks like the guy from Tales of the Crypt.
She's actually been freeze-dried. You must have put her in here during the winter, or she would have rotted and the neighbors would have smelled her. She's been in here 3 years, I'd say.
Religious nut like that, why doesn't he give her a decent Christian burial?
Well, it doesn't appear as though he thought she deserved one.
It's good to see you. Nice to meet you. Hello. Very good.
Beware false prophets who come in sheep's clothing. They are ravenous wolves.
Albert, listen to me. You are making a terrible mistake.
I know where Satan's throne is.
The throne of Satan is in hell, Albert. This is the house of the Lord.
Wicked children, steeped in iniquity, conceived in sin. I tried to stop them. Evil children. I tried to stop their sins, but I failed. But I will atone for what they've done. Witness, ascend to heaven to sit at the right hand of my Father.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and so from hour to hour we ripe and ripe, and then from hour to hour we rot, and thereby hangs a tale. We are brilliant.
No one in this town is what they seem to be. Seems like they all have a secret life. Hiding from others their sins in the night. Everyone.
Oh. Oh, yeah, she's right here. Hold on. Stu Fielding, FBI crime lab.
Hey, Stu. No, we're just working through dinner. Oh. I see. Thanks. Josh's phone call was a recording.
Oh, no. That means he could have made it on day one.
Yeah.
You want some coffee? I'll make fresh.
Yeah, sure. Who's Ricky Myers?
Well, Ricky Myers is the only murder that ever happened in this town. That is before Marty Wilhelm. Happened 20 years ago. So I pulled a file. The interesting thing about that case is that the boy was stabbed many times. From different angles, like there was more than one killer. Never found out who killed him. The body was dumped in the middle of town by the old schoolhouse.
So he could have been their first victim. My God, 20 years ago. What's this?
What?
Film.
Oh, it's old newsreel footage from the Ricky Myers crime scene. I got it from the archives of the TV station.
You looked at it?
Yeah, I looked at it several times. It shows a crowd scene and a body, but well, you can't really see much.
You have all the classics. Don't tell me, Mitch, you're a closet intellectual.
No, I was an English major in college. I wanted to be Ernest Hemingway.
You're certainly macho enough. What happened?
Well, first came the wife, then came a baby, then came another baby. You know. Cream and sugar?
Oh, yeah, sure. Uh-huh. Here you go. So did you know Josh very well?
Oh, yeah, pretty well. He's a great kid. Reminds me of my own kid. I have the same eyes.
You know, I think I should, get home and, get some rest. So, see you later, okay? Yes, information in Miami, please.
Lieutenant Olson?
Lieutenant Olson, this is Agent O'Malley, SBI, Washington. I'm working on a child abduction case with Mitch Holt. I understand you've worked with him.
That's right. Great cop. Tragic what happened to his family.
The note that the killer left, do you remember anything about it?
It's written on Mitch's own stationery.
Was there a watermark?
Sea serpent. Why are you asking?
There are some similarities in this case. I'm working on the theory that the killer's come to Washington. Do you remember what the note said?
It said something like, "They're now free of sin." Why?
You found the stationery.
Mm-hmm. I found the stationery. And I found the quotes. And I found this rabbit's foot in your desk. And I found all this and this. Would you mind explaining it to me?
You think I had something to do with this? Megan, don't let them win the game.
Tell me the truth, Mitch.
We're dealing with monsters here. They're using the murder of my wife and son to torment me. They stole the stationery, just like they stole Josh's notebook. They found some way to put the rabbit's foot in my desk. They violate everything.
But the voice on the phone, he knew everything about my father. Things I've never told anybody except you.
They must have found some way to listen in on us. Megan, they want us to turn on each other. Megan, don't you see they are obsessed with destroying everything that is good and decent? Now, either you believe me or you don't.
When they connect your phone, do they send over a telephone repairman to your house?
Oh, I haven't done that in years. They switch it on from the main relay station.
Oh, God.
That's how they knew everything I told you. The phone!
Never said anything about a telephone repairman.
They just assumed I'd be too ignorant to suspect anything as innocent and old-fashioned as a telephone repairman in this little town. Ignorance is not innocence, but sin.
What?
That's the first message. Ignorance is not innocence, but sin. I think I know what they're trying to tell us.
What do you see, Megan?
Innocence and ignorance. The open secret. They depended on it. They depended on all the people in these little towns just turning the other way, trying to protect the name of their good little town, trying to protect the illusion of their safe homes. Look, I put a pin in every town where a child's gone missing in the last 20 years, and I dated it. I eliminated any drowning victims, any child over 16, and I ended up with 18 kids. Every year, a missing child is in a different county than the previous year. No one's ever tried to connect them.
It's a pattern. All the pins seem to be getting closer to Deer Lake.
There's never been one in Deer Lake. There's never been a disappearance in Deer Lake until now. Why? Why has this town been avoided?
Because they live here.
They kept us busy with a child molester like Ollie. They unwrapped the crazies like the deacon. And what they did to you, with you, they could heighten the game. By tormenting you. They even used the same paper used by the man who abducted your wife and son. But why? Why the tapes, the phone calls, the notes? They never did any of that before. They were always silent and meticulous. What triggered them to start taunting, to take the game public?
Well, something must have happened. Something changed.
Let's go back 20 years to the first murder.
This old newsreel footage is kind of rough. If Ricky Myers was their first victim, maybe they started killing when they were still kids.
Okay, so who are the local kids? Hannah told me about the chess club. That's Paul, Garrett Wright, Chris Priest, Doris Fletcher, Father Tom, and oddly enough, the agent I replaced, Leo Kozlowski. They all grew up together here in Deer Lake.
Well, Leo's the man who should have been investigating these crimes. It's strange that he never made the connection. Well, he must have known about them all, being the SBI agent in charge for all those years.
He made up theories about kids being devoured in the woods. Maybe he's the one that did all the devouring. Those two kids. Could they be the monsters?
They grew up knowing everyone's secrets, everyone's sins. Hold. Yeah, I'll be there. It's Paul Garrison. He wants to meet me alone. He says he killed his son.
I killed Josh.
All right. Tell me what happened.
He called that evening that Hannah didn't pick him up. He left a message on my machine at the office.
You told us you were there then.
I was, but I wasn't alone. I was with another man's wife. And I could hear his voice on the machine. But I wanted to make Hannah the bad guy, so I didn't pick up the phone.
Oh. You didn't kill Josh.
He'd be home safe now if I had picked up the phone.
voice on the machine. He said, "Dad, can you come and get me from hockey? Mom's late and I want to go home." One last truth, Paul. Okay? Who'd you sell the van to?
Chris Priest. He begged me not to tell you for fear of becoming a suspect.
You should have told us, Paul. I grew up with him. I knew he'd never hurt Josh. You know where he is now?
He goes to his cabin by the lake.
Megan, we need to find Chris Priest. I'm pretty sure he knows something. I'm gonna go to his cabin by the lake. Why don't you check over the old schoolhouse? I'm out of time and I'm out of patience. You tell me about that van right now.
I bought it for Todd. I needed a car. Last fall, I sold it to that geek, Ollie. I didn't have the money to register it.
So you just decided to keep that your little secret, huh? Why?
How long do you think a gay man, especially a professor, could last in this town?
You think I give a damn about who you sleep with? I'm trying to find Josh before he's killed. Now you tell me everything you know, right now.
One thing I know is that Ollie was out of his mind. I broke the codes in his computers. He said that all the fallen angels were at the old schoolhouse. That's why he hid there when you were hunting for him, so he could be with Josh.
Why the hell didn't you tell me this before?
I worked there. Everyone in town knows that. And I will not be persecuted because of the rantings of a crazy pedophile.
Hello? Is anyone here? Hello? Anyone here?
treat for you, clever girl.
You're watching Night City.
Wake up, Megan. You don't want to miss the end of the game.
Oh,
It's all a chess game. We've calculated all the moves, all the options, all the possibilities. We can't lose.
Are you gonna kill me?
You wouldn't be the first. By a long, long way.
Did you kill Josh?
What do you think? Think he's alive? You think he's dead?
I think you're a lunatic.
Respect. You ought to respect us. We're so far superior to you. You can't defeat us. We're very good at this game.
God, that voice. I know you. I've met you.
You wonder who we are, clever girl? You wonder why we play this game? We play the game because we can. Because no one can catch us. Because no one even suspected. We are brilliant. No one ever saw the pattern.
I came close.
You came very close, clever girl. If only we had more time to play the game. You're the best opponent we ever had. When the game is done, I'm going to devour you.
Who's the we? I know you're not doing this alone.
Leo and me. We'll always be together.
Leo Kozlowski.
First Doris died. That was bad. But when Leo died, there could be only one more sin. We saved this town for last. Now the game is almost over. Let's have some fun.
Holt.
Police Chief Holt, we've captured your queen.
Who is this?
You can't seem to keep your women alive, can you?
It's a fallout shelter, Mitch.
Megan!
We thought you were a clever girl. We thought you were a clever girl, but you're just another stupid bitch! We're gonna make you pay, clever girl. I feel so bad for Hannah and Paul. Such a perfect family.
What did you do with Josh, Garrett? Why him? Why his family?
Paul made the choice easy for me. You see, predators are territorial. Such a perfect little family.
Did he abandon you?
What do you say?
Deacon. Did he shut you up? Keep you in the dark?
Oh, you are a clever one, aren't you? Have you been psychoanalyzing me, fitting me into your profile?
You did look up to him, didn't you?
Yeah. He was a master. He taught us discipline, Leo and Doris and me.
Did he know about Ricky Myers? All the others, the killings?
No, he didn't. But then he found out, and he got angry, and he let Doris die. Do you think knowing any of this is going to save you?
Oh, God, Garrett, I understand. Oh.
Megan?
Megan!
Megan!
It's him! Get him! Just get the son of a bitch!
Make sure you don't keep anybody on this too many rows at a time, okay? How are you feeling?
Oh, like somebody beat the crap out of me.
The coroner said they found children's bones?
It's real grim. It looks like they've been burying kids here for about 20 years.
Mitch. Mitch. There's some fresh bones here. Recent, adult, large male.
Leo. If you dig up his grave, I'll bet you anything that his casket is empty.
They look very strange, like they've been soaked or polished.
Boiled. They're soup bones. Garrett said they'd always be together.
Is he gonna live?
Better not die till we know where Josh is. If Josh is.
I don't understand. Why would he want to kill kids for? Just for the thrill. What did you do with Josh? You kill him too, or what?
Or what?
The kid on the right is Garrett, and that kid on the left has been identified as Leo.
What's this?
Garrett's home movies. Josh?
No new graves other than Leo's, but I still don't have much hope.
Home. Hannah? Hannah, I can barely hear you. What happened?
Josh is back. He's alive.
Oh, God, Hannah, that's the best thing I've ever heard. Josh is back.
God. Hannah, thank God.
He doesn't remember anything yet. All he can tell me is that the door was opened and he walked away.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you, Megan. You gave me back my son.
How does he look?
He's been drugged, but he's okay. There was a note pinned to his chest.
We're on our way to take a look at it. Sit tight.
You think you've beaten us at our game. You think you've won. The game is far from over. We were going to stop, but now we're not. Welcome to the next level.
Josh didn't just walk away. Someone let him go.
But who?
There's a third one. The one who caused the accident so Hannah wouldn't be there to pick up Josh. The telephone repairman outside your house.
The one player too smart to be caught.
But who is it?
The one holding the camera.